She'll never become queen. Yet year after year, Princess Anne carries out more royal duties than almost anyone else in the British royal family. So why is Britain's hardest-working royal almost never in the spotlight? Princess Anne is the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and the younger sister of King Charles III. Born in 1950, she has spent nearly her entire life serving the British royal family. Unlike many other royals, Anne has never chased the spotlight. Instead, she became known for her discipline, dedication, and relentless work ethic. Today, she's widely respected as one of the most hardworking members of the monarchy, carrying out hundreds of official engagements every year. Despite being born into Britain's most famous royal family, Princess Anne was never expected to become queen. When Anne was born in 1950, the rules of royal succession were very different. Under the law at the time, sons automatically took priority over daughters, regardless of age. That meant her older brother Charles remained first in line to the throne, while Anne's position moved further down, as her younger brothers, Andrew and Edward, were born. It wasn't about leadership, intelligence, or dedication. It was simply how the centuries-old rules of the monarchy worked. Those rules were eventually changed in 2013, allowing daughters and sons to be treated equally. But by then, the change couldn't be applied retroactively. Princess Anne's place in history had already been decided. Yet rather than complaining or seeking attention, Anne chose a different path, one defined not by power, but by duty. But instead of chasing the throne, Princess Anne chose a very different path, one built on duty, not power. For decades, she quietly represented the British royal family, carrying out official engagements with remarkable discipline and dedication. Whether visiting charities, meeting local communities, supporting hospitals, or attending military ceremonies, Anne became known for showing up again and again. She never needed headlines to prove her value. Her actions spoke louder than publicity ever could. Year after year, she continued serving with the same determination, earning the respect of colleagues, charities, military leaders, and the British public alike. And while the world focused on royal headlines, Princess Anne was quietly building a legacy that would eventually make her one of the most respected members of the monarchy. But what truly earned her the title of Britain's hardest-working royal is even more remarkable. Some people inherit greatness, others choose it. Princess Anne was never destined to wear the crown, yet every single morning, while the world chased headlines and royal drama, she quietly chose something far more difficult: showing up. She walked into hospitals where frightened children searched for hope. She stood beside wounded veterans whose sacrifices could never be repaid. She listened to struggling families, not because cameras were watching, but because someone needed to be heard. Rain, snow, exhausting schedules. None of it ever became an excuse. For Princess Anne, duty wasn't an event on a calendar. It was a promise she carried every single day of her life. Perhaps that's why respect can never be inherited. It has to be earned. One handshake, one visit, one quiet act of service at a time. And without ever asking for attention, Princess Anne became something even more powerful than a title. She became unforgettable. While others slowed down with age, Princess Anne never stopped showing up. Every week, she walked through hospital doors, where frightened children waited with hopeful smiles. The next morning, she stood inside small charity halls, shaking hands with volunteers before anyone noticed she had arrived. Then came another journey, through quiet villages, schools, and community centers across Britain. Rain, cold winds, long roads, none of them ever changed her schedule. She greeted veterans, thanked nurses, listened to teachers, and encouraged young people chasing their dreams. No cameras, no headlines, just another day of service. Because Princess Anne never worked for applause. She worked because someone, somewhere, was waiting for her to arrive. If you enjoy royal family updates and exclusive stories, hit subscribe for more royal currents.